Well, I've said that the way that golf pros are working is actually fraudulent. I've said those words, and of course, surprise, surprise, you know, a lot of people took offence at that, or some people took offence at that. Oh, how can you do that? It's you that's the fraud, Richard. All these kinds of things. Well, if I'm honest, I'm not going to apologise for that. I'm actually going to stick to my guns, but I will clarify it because, you know, I guess you've got the young pros that are working today. Now, I can't really call them actually fraudulent in a way because they don't know any better. They're following a system that's been laid down for them by us, the older generation, if you like, to some extent, and they're just following a system. They haven't learned anything else yet. But I am calling out pros of my age. I really am. And I'm really disappointed that they haven't, well, gone on, learned something else, and had the backbone to really call out what is a fraudulent industry. It is. Because, I mean, I can go back even to the 1980s and whatever, and there was golf coaches out there that were ruining players, literally thousands of them, but players, talented players on tour and all sorts of stuff, and they got much, much worse. It was, you had to be blind not to be able to see this, truly blind. And if they didn't, and somehow they put the blinkers on, I mean, I at the time I thought, it can't be right. I thought these guys, these are the most famous coaches in the world. They can't be wrong, surely. And yet they were. And they were ruining players. I saw it. Like I said, you'd have to be blind not to see it. So we should have started questioning, what is it exactly that we're teaching? And of course, as I've got older, I watch pros, I watch amateurs, and I can clearly see that they're being strangled by golf coaching, strangled by our thinking. And the fact that I'm calling these guys fraudulent is because they're not interested. They won't be open-minded. They want to follow the system because it makes them money. It's what they're, you know, if we follow the system and we don't tell the truth or cry out, have the backbone to do it, then we'll just carry on making money, and that's what we all do. So I am saying the word fraudulent, and there is a better way. We've never understood things at root cause, never have. We're miles from it, yet I've looked back, you know, people say, oh yeah, but what about all these great guys? And honestly, when I look back, there's nothing in the golfing industry that I would settle for. Nothing that I would say, oh yes, this is the way I want to go. We need to be in a position where we're saying, actually, we could really go somewhere and really help golfers in this way, but we've got to keep on going. We've got to be questioning everything that we do, questioning everything that's out there, because we've laid down with a terrible set of principles, and we've been duped as golfers. We totally have, and we're getting duped further. They're now bringing out, I mean, we've been forced to hit off mats instead of grass. Not a good thing. We've been forced to go indoors with these simulators and TrackMan and machines. This stuff does not translate onto the golf course. And this is where another thing that I'm going to call out here is so many pros say, oh yeah, but he has so much success. I have so much success. Well, I'm telling you that I'm watching golfers out on the golf course, and there isn't a pro out there that's having so much success. It does not exist. Yes, maybe they can hit a couple of good shots on the range in front of you. Maybe they can, so-called improve their swing, which I don't even know what that means. When you look at all the players, Chris Gotterup and Scotty Scheffler, what is improving your swing? So maybe those things, and maybe they can hit a couple of good shots even indoors. But in reality, get out on the golf course, we're talking a whole different picture. And what I would like to see, and this is why I'm calling everybody fraudulent, is a new system where we can genuinely help people, because I see golfers frustrated, talking complete nonsense, total misinformation. Oh, I lifted my head. Oh, I didn't turn. Oh, I didn't shift my weight. What did you do there? Oh, I got ahead of it. I got to move my hips too fast. I came over the top. Nonsense, complete nonsense. I see it on a regular basis. Now, what we could do, certainly for those people that have learned that golf coaching is wrong, Now, sorry, one thing I didn't mention as well, I had lessons off these top teachers, and I now have learned much better. I've learned things at the root cause, and I can honestly tell you, they were saying total misinformation to me. And in fact, as I've realized, it was guaranteed to make me a worse golfer. That kind of information. Now that's still going on. That is still part of our system. Now I'm calling out fraudulent some of our senior pros that haven't started to question things and realized this is the thing that everybody tells me, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing great and I'm doing this. Nobody questions themselves. Nobody thinks that we've still got a long, long way to go and we can start really helping golfers. Now, it's the same in the medical industry, and just the same, there's a few doctors that are like me, they've gone rogue, gone this, and they're calling out other doctors, not understanding things, and it's exactly the same. Now, like I say, I'm calling it fraudulent because if you guys want to live a lie, that's fine. But I don't. And I want to share with people that are prepared to be open-minded, prepared to question everything, and prepared to go on a different journey if it's going to help them. Just as I've had to do to rescue my health from oblivion. I would be dead by now if I carried on in the same journey. And the same in my golf. I'm improving at the age of 68 at an incredible rate. Absolutely unprecedented levels of improvement I'm having right now. And I can't believe how good a player I've become. And yet everybody, oh no, it's not happening. Oh, they don't want to know. Oh no, you're wrong, Richard. You're talking rubbish. I'm not curious. I'm not interested. Yet I'm a crap golfer myself. I'm not trying to be one of the best players in the world or to play at the highest level. I'm just a reasonable golfer. I've got no idea how I got here, but you know, I think it was all because I did this and that, but there isn't. We're totally limited within our thinking. So that's why I'm calling everybody fraudulent. And I feel perfectly okay with that because they are just the same as it's going on in our medical industry to some extent. It's not a deliberate thing, but their sheer closed-minded lack of interest, not noticing that golfers are suffering, frustrated, getting worse. That's fraudulent. They're doing it for the sake of money. That's what, just because they can earn a living doing that, working on an indoor centre, talking absolute nonsense, numbers that mean nothing to anybody, absolute rubbish without any kind of understanding. Remember, the real things that you want to understand, that you'd like to be able to understand or need to understand at root level, and nothing you can measure, nothing you could, there are feels and they're things that only we can find out ourselves. So I am sticking to my guns here. And well, anyway, I'm going to try and share my message in a very positive way. I don't mind if people want to insult me and all this sort of stuff, that's fine. But you just show me how dumb you are, really, because you're closed-minded. And you think that I'm standing here on some, you want to push me down because you think I'm standing on a pedestal. Oh, I know it all. No, I don't. But I know that we've got a long way to go on another journey. And I'm doing pretty well. I'm on the right journey. Yes, I might be trying to show the way, but I'm far from standing on a pedestal. And I would say one other thing. I actually don't particularly necessarily want to be this person sharing this message. I'd rather it was somebody else. I really do. I'd like to follow somebody else. I don't want to be this person, but somebody has to do it. So it might as well be me. So anyway, thanks for listening today, and we'll see you in the next video.